Hello and welcome to the Board Crazy Review. I am D, and this week I am reviewing Faerie Chess with...
Hi everybody, I'm Will, the chess master.
That's what they call him.
I have written books called How Not to Play Chess.
And he's demonstrated that very clearly. So before we get talking about Faerie Chess here, we're going to run my introduction to the game from our gameplay video so you have a little understanding of what this product is. So here that goes.
There's a timestamp if you want to skip it.
Faerie Chess is a game for 2 players, published by Brybelly. The box comes with everything you need to play a standard game of chess, but it also includes a number of new pieces with unique mechanics of their own that can replace the usuals that everyone knows. To start a game of Faerie Chess, both players set up their side of the board as they would for a standard game of chess. However, in Faerie Chess, each piece comes with a point cost determined by how powerful it is, and the total cost for the standard setup is 58 points. In addition to their point cost, the pieces of this game also come in one of 3 ranks. The pawns and other second row pieces are rank 1, kings, queens, and their new replacements are rank 3, and everything else is rank 2. Before play begins, players agree on a maximum point value for their armies, and then may trade out their standard pieces for other pieces of their equivalent rank. Once both players' armies are set, play then proceeds like a normal game of chess until one player checkmates their opponent or a stalemate is reached. In the event of a stalemate, players can add up the stalemate values for each of their surviving pieces, and the player with the most points among those pieces is declared the winner. Okay, so, Faerie Chess.
Yes.
You know what it is now? It's chess with new pieces.
New pieces that can do new things.
They can do, well, that's ideal, yeah.
Give you more options.
So I guess to talk about Faerie Chess, we kind of have to talk about chess a little bit.
I guess you could lay a groundwork.
Yeah. Fair to say that you and I have differing experiences, feelings towards the game itself.
Look, chess is one of the originals, I guess you could say, if you're going to do like
it's old.
7 wonders of board gaming, like old, you know what I mean. It's not the oldest board game. My point is that it's an established game. It works.
It's true.
It's extremely balanced and extremely fair because both sides have the exact same pieces that do the exact same things.
Usually.
I think it's a tedious, boring game, but I think it's also objectively, like I said, very balanced and well thought out.
I love chess. I think it's a lot of fun. It's my kind of strategy game, you know. I love a good abstract strategy game, and this is the granddaddy of them all, fair to say. Mm-hmm. So we're approaching this product with differing points of view, basically.
Yeah.
It's fair to say, you don't play chess very often.
No.
I play more than you do as well.
So I'm not a big fan of it.
No, but this is a sort of a unique opportunity for us to review a game where we're approaching it from different levels of experience. Normally when we're reviewing these games, we all played them together and learned them together. In this case, I'm a more experienced player, you're a less experienced player, so we're approaching it from different angles here, which is good.
I probably learned it around the same time that you learned how to play.
I played much more in the interim, though.
Yes, it was traumatizing to me. Let's just say that I became a board game defeatist very young.
Right. So anyway,
getting that out of the way.
That being said, okay,
let's talk about Faerie Chess.
Faerie Chess. I am not of the opinion that modern chess is in need of alteration. I think it's pretty good as it is.
Yes.
But I'm not a purist either. I'm open to experimentation. Mm-hmm. I'm open to new things.
We're talking about chess still?
Talking about chess.
Okay.
Mainly talking about chess. And I've approached this with an open mind.
Yep.
And I think it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, are you feeling better about this than you would?
I would rather play this than traditional chess.
Okay.
That being said, I think this has more drawbacks than traditional chess. Well,
inevitably, yeah. I mean, it's the balance you were touting a moment ago.
Completely gone.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously.
Unless you're
using the exact same pieces.
Yeah.
Which the game does not require.
No, nor does that seem like the... I mean, you could play it like that. I mean,
let's talk about something it does really smart, though.
Sure.
And how it balances.
Okay.
It creates a point system to balance the game.
Yes.
So you may not have pieces that do the exact same things, but according to them and the designers, your pieces are equally powerful if you balance it based on the point system.
Yeah,
so you get these. You can get this out.
Yeah.
The game comes with 1 million of these sheets.
It comes with this many.
Yes. But lets you see like the ranks of each piece, and then the point values that they're worth, and that way you can count up how many you have. And then down here at the bottom, so beginner game is 60 to 65, intermediate 65 to 70, advanced 70 to 75, and that way you can use different pieces but still have a balanced game in theory.
Now that wouldn't necessarily be great if it didn't seem to work.
Yeah.
But I do think they've done a pretty good job of nailing the numbers for this game. Chess is a game that already is very widely studied.
Yeah.
So there already is a very clear tier ranking system for this. And I feel like there is a logic to everything.
Some of these pieces seem powerful but more situational, and so I'm not sure that their ranking system is exactly how I do it. But that being said, I am not sure I could figure out how to change it at all, or I could do it any better. So I think I agree with you. At the end of the day, I do think they've balanced this in the amount of point values they've given each piece as well.
Yeah, and ultimately, I feel like the pieces themselves, the new ones, they fit.
Yeah, they don't feel like an extreme version of chess.
No, they're not ridiculous. They're not overpowered. I don't think they're underpowered either. And they feel like they belong. These don't feel like pieces that couldn't have been around back when the game was invented, but just got tossed to the wayside for whatever reason because there were only so many spaces on the board. These feel authentic.
There are some really powerful ones, but again, they feel like they fit within the realm of the game.
And then several of them are just kind of new takes on the standard pieces. Towers are basically slightly more powerful. Rooks. What is it? Is it the Chamberlain?
That's the Pontiff, which is one of the stronger pieces.
Pontiff, yeah. I think that's a really neat one.
Yeah, it's a bishop that can just keep going.
Yeah,
so you can go bam, bam, bam. And that leads to very neat, specific situations.
That's one where you really need to keep track of where that is on the board because that can sort of sneak up on you if you're not.
Yeah.
Keeping
the only time I've ever put someone in check in the last 20 years. Was recently, and it was because I had a Pontiff. Yeah. So they are really cool. I guess what we're saying is the pieces are fun, and they feel like they fit, and it's one of the strengths of this game.
I guess the question is, with a product like this, who is it for?
Yeah.
Older chess purists might just reject this just on principle.
They would be the ones who would be the most likely group of people to say that this is some sort of cool teens version of chess, or an extreme version of it that feels out of the realm of the chess, chess, nasty cousin they don't like.
Yeah, I guess my fear would be also that the newer players to the game might be hesitant to approach this, because there is a lot more to learn all of a sudden, as opposed to just a basic game of chess, which is manageable. It's not a difficult game to learn.
And here's what I would say to those people. I am the same way as you are, in the sense that when we started playing this, the last time I had played chess was in a house ruled video that we did almost 3 years ago. But in truth, these are the first serious games of chess I had played in almost a decade probably. And so I felt similarly. I don't want to learn all this stuff. I really don't. But then when I saw the cards and how they lay out what all the pieces do, I realized that all I need to do is just keep these in front of me. And you're not going to be using every single piece in every single game. No. So you're only going to need to learn maybe 3 or 4 or 5 new pieces per session. Yeah. So the game finds it's not hard at all is what I would tell those people. Just pay attention to the cards. You don't even you think it'd be I'm not going to memorize what they do though. I did within a few minutes, and I think most people would be able to. Again, if you leave your cards laid out, you can kind of, and also the back of the rule book gives you another rules explanation that's a little easier to use quickly. So
honestly, I was kind of the same way coming in. From a different perspective, though. For me, chess is so familiar that the idea of learning something new just seemed wrong almost. Yeah. Learning a new thing in chess is kind of goofy to me. I like it how it would somehow mess up your strategies that you already have. It's almost more like a nuisance having to learn these new things. I'd rather just give me the standard stuff and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's an interesting experience. It sort of having the new pieces in play sort of made me have to focus on the board more than I might normally otherwise.
Yeah.
To consider not just where my pieces can go, but where my opponent's pieces could go. Because there's so many new variables thrown in. So honestly, I probably played better than I normally would just because I had to focus that much more. So it might actually not be like the worst way to learn chess.
But it may not be the best way to play it. And the reason I say that, and this is why I say I think it might be a lesser game than original chess, is that for the exact same reason you say it's a good way to learn the game, it's also, I think, a slower, perhaps even more like tedious way of playing it. And look, I really I actually prefer this more, method, having more freedom of movement and all of that. But like you said, you do end up, regardless of how familiar you are with the new pieces, you do end up staring at the board being like, okay, we are using, 4 new pieces each. Like, oh, wait, I'm going to, what about here? Nope, he can get me. What about here? Oh, wait, nope, that's not good. But nope, that piece can get there now because he can jump 3 to the right. And then you end up getting in this mode where you're like, wait a minute. The more of these new pieces you use, you would want to use more of them because it's fun to use them. But the more of them you use, the less freedom you have.
Well, so I would say one thing that this game does definitely offer as a service, perhaps, is it could be a good way to allow players of different skill levels to play on a even playing field, so to speak, because you don't have to play with equal value pieces. You could very much set up as a handicap sort of system, where some player is significantly less powerful army, and then maybe the other person might have a more powerful army, and that could that might. Yeah,
I think that's one benefit of their system is you could have someone be playing you could play on a beginner level,
or play the standard.
Game, and then I could have the better. Yeah, I think that, and I honestly think that maybe that should have been how we played it. I think this game would actually work best for people who are equally inexperienced or experienced to play it with the same point values. I think then it would be a really fun experience. I think our problem was the skill imbalance coming into it.
Okay, so we have some differing opinions on the game.
I just sometimes I don't know if the freedom of movement is as beneficial as I thought it would be going in.
Well, it's not necessarily beneficial. There are times where it actually feels less useful, like having the option to move 3 spaces instead of 2. Suddenly, I don't want to do that.
I guess what I'm saying though, D, is that when you come into this and you see all these cards and you see what they can do, you're thinking, man, this is gonna be so much fun. I can finally do something because chess is
I think it can
be kind of tedious and methodical. This, I think it is fun, but I think I would warn people who are going to play it seriously that you're not going to get as much craziness out of the game as you think because your opponent will also be able to do a bunch of crazy movements.
Like we said, this feels
it's the same game
like chess.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's the same game as normal chess.
But it's like chess. You can't force anything. The game will go how it goes. You're not always going to be able to use that cool piece you have exactly how you want it to. Sometimes that's just not how it goes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you will be able to, and that will be really satisfying. Other stuff, I like the stalemate mechanic they've introduced.
Which will never happen between D and I.
We haven't experienced that yet, but I like it because you can use it even in a standard game of chess where it's basically just, you add up the point values of the pieces that you have left. And I think that's it's a nice solution to stalemates, which I always hate. It's just the worst. Yeah, we talked about the game, I think, at length now. We talk about the product.
Oh, the quality, build quality, I guess you could say.
I guess, unless there's anything else you want to add about the actual game.
Concise rulebook.
Yeah, it's only does. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't be. It's not super complicated.
I like that. I like the how they put the rankings and a more concise explanation of what each piece does on the back, because I think that's easier to actually quickly access than go through all your cards. I think the cards are really well designed.
Yeah. You mentioned that a little bit earlier, but the diagrams they have on here they're very easy to understand. All the movements are described below, and the captures and what have you. And they're very good.
The pieces, normal felt bottom. Plastic pieces, and they're not particularly impressive.
The board and the pieces are, they're kind of your standard run-of-the-mill chessboard and
Yeah.
what have you.
The bags that they come in, though.
And the bags are fine.
I like those. I like the color scheme of like the blue and gold.
Yeah, I kind of wish the pieces were blue and gold. That would be kind of neat. But also I do like that the new pieces, they all have their own unique shapes.
Some are too similar to each other.
There are some that could probably be differentiated a little bit.
And then where's the normal bishop?
Yeah.
Those are almost indistinguishable, especially when you're like me playing from the side. I had a hard time remembering which one was which.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. But it's cool that they all have their own unique designs.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if this were a slightly pricier, sort of more luxury item with maybe these in like marble or something, a little bit fancier class, perhaps.
I wouldn't mind it either, but I also think that there should be this more affordable package.
Yeah,
I think the idea behind this game is just like, hey, you may not like normal chess, but you should try this out.
Yeah. I do kind of wish there were multiples of the pieces, more multiples of the pieces, because you get 2 of the level of the tier 1 pieces, the new ones, and then each like tier 2, there's only 1 of each.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't have a game where you replace both of your knights with 2 of the same piece.
Yeah, or bishops with 2 pontiffs.
Yeah, exactly. You always have like.
Or if you lose a piece, you could always nice to have that second one as a backup.
True as well. Yeah, so I wouldn't have minded that. Just a little extra, but otherwise, yeah, production it's perfectly fine. It's functional. So ultimately, when it comes down to Faerie Chess, I guess we're gonna do our scores now. I guess we're gonna score this.
Yeah, we should score it.
Okay, it's kind of an odd game to score.
We're scoring Faerie Chess, not chess.
Yeah. I guess if you're looking for like an affordable game of chess, I don't see a reason why this wouldn't be the one to go for.
Yeah, because it has the extra pieces and it has all the other pieces.
You can just play this as a standard game of chess if you want and have a perfectly good old time with it. But I don't see it. There's never any harm in having more options.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And these, I like the, they're not going to be to everyone's taste, but why not? I would recommend it for if you're looking for a game of chess. This is a good way to go.
So what are you going to give it, guys?
I guess I'll go. It's a strange. Again, I don't know how to. It's weird to score this because again, ultimately, we're talking about chess. I guess I can give it 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5.
Yeah, I can see now why it's hard to rank.
Yeah.
Look, okay. So my scoring system is I do letter grades. He does stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different scales. We know. Mm-hmm. I still think it's a really good abstract strategy game. So if I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it a B, just like how you kind of gave your...
It's a good product.
Yeah, it's a very good
product. If you're looking
product.
for chess.
For chess people, I would recommend this over normal chess for the same reasons D would.
Yeah.
Because it's the normal game plus extra pieces.
I would say for you personally, this is not going to be something...
No, and if someone wanted to play chess, I'd say, well, let's play Faerie Chess. So that should go to show that I do,
there you go.
As a casual player, I do like it more than normal chess.
That's a recommendation.
But I still think the core experience that I got from it is the same feeling I get playing chess.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not transformative, but
yeah, it's new and interesting. But I think I would get tired of it, just like I would get tired of normal chess. Because again, you're right. Because the core feeling and experience is essentially the same thing,
which I appreciate,
which he likes, and I don't.
All right. So that's our review of Faerie Chess. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you found this enlightening or useful at all, feel free to give us a thumbs up. Leave us any comments, any thoughts you have yourself, and you can subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this every week. Our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are all linked to below in the description if you want to follow us on any of those. And feel free to come back on Friday, where we'll...
Look, our release schedule, I made a tweet about this.
Oh.
It's going to be a bit more fluid
during
the lockdown period.
It's true.
So I'm going to try to keep them releases as close to Wednesday and Friday as I can. However, if it's Tuesday, Saturday, or Thursday, just essentially it's going to be...
Bear with us. It's a strange situation we're in right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but tune in later in the week sometime for our next gameplay video where I think Will and I will be having a duel. All right. Well, until then, thank you for watching, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Aw.